Captain Joe here from Help Heal Veterans. Welcome again to another edition of Creativity Heals, where we talk to industry leaders, creative folks, and artists about how creativity helps support wellness, build resiliency, and can help with the healing journey from some type of trauma. So happy day to have Lisa Kiser with Beacon Adhesives.
Yes.
Used to be on the board with me for AFCI.
Yes.
And someone who knows the creative industry really well. Lisa, can you tell us, our viewers, a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Hi, I'm Lisa. I'm the VP of Beacon Adhesives. Thank you for the lovely introduction. We are an almost 100-year-old, next year will be 100, adhesive manufacturer. We're located in Mount Vernon, New York. We do mostly consumer-related products, so we do fabric glues, metal to metal, plastics, all different sorts of materials. And then the other side of our business is industrial epoxies, so we're in aerospace, aviation, automotive, defense. So it's definitely a cause close to our heart in many ways.
Yeah, awesome. Well, it's kind of funny because you talk about the industrial adhesives. This is just to show when you talk about creativity in an industry that supports creativity, it's pretty large. Not just paint and stuff like that. So, we talk a little bit about how creativity can help people. So why do you think creativity or doing some type of creative project can help either people heal or feel better about themselves? Yeah,
so it's so funny because when we were running through like the different types of questions, I thought about hands-on creativity, and it starts when you're so little, right? Whenever I break out, I have 2 little kids at home, and whenever I break out the Play-Doh, it's instantly like a whole different experience. The kids are engaged, their mind is somewhere else, they're like using their they're developing their motor skills, and it continues on through adult age, but we lose it at some point, and you lose that connection to really getting your hands dirty or getting your hands on something. And I think we see it a lot with our consumers who use our adhesives. It can be a little intimidating because it's glue and you don't want to get dirty, but it really is a healing process to watch people create and make things, and it gets it out of your mind and like into real life. So I think it's like between our consumers who do all different sorts of projects and our engineers who get to see their ideas brought to life and trial and error, it's definitely, we're very blessed, I would say, to have a product that lets people be their most creative selves.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So do you have any favorite stories that you've seen where something creative really has impacted someone? It could be like, somebody personal, like talk about your kids, talk about a consumer or a customer or anybody.
Yeah, I think in the consumer world, we just have so many people that share great stories with us. I think it's nice to have a product that people are grateful for. So we get a lot of handwritten letters, thank you for this product. People make a lot of great projects. I think I love when people do it for charities. We get a lot of charities that ask to have our product so they can do a big like quilting get together. It's like really a community builder. And I think in the industrial world as well, we just see people problem solving every day. So they're doing electric motors and they're trying to cut down on the eddy current losses, and we like work with them to figure out those products. Even though we're in adhesive manufacturing, it's really interesting subject. So I would say like life-changing in the way that people are just like making newer, better things every day. And it's really interesting to see the technology change with time. So we're just proud to be a part of all of those stories.
Well, it's kind of funny because you think of adhesives, and it's something like for we do, like we make part of our is made out of wood. So actually the glue is a part of that, but it's also what's kind of cool about glue is that it's like we have.
Tell me what's cool about glue.
I know. Well, we have some veterans who we talk to make Frankenstein kits, where they'll take this product and that product and this product, they'll throw it together, and the glue kind of makes it so they can be. It's a medium that I can bust out of what's in this box, and I can add a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this other stuff, and really express myself through that. So people don't think about creativity like, oh, I have my paintbrush, or whatever like that. But really, this glue is a way to express yourself, which is really kind of cool.
Yes, I love that. We're going to use that.
Knock yourself out. Go for it. So, do you think, talking about being creative, does it matter what you do to be creative and to help you feel better about yourself?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. And it's funny because when I first got into this industry, I also didn't feel creative, right? I always, especially I worked in advertising, but I was an account manager. So I always was like well, that's the creative's job. And they were very protective too of like, this is my job. This is not your job. Your job is to manage the client. And I think coming into the creative world of arts and crafts products, it was such a change to see everyone in the industry feel like anyone could do anything and very empowering. So yeah, I got more into crafting as my time here grew, but definitely like anyone can do it because it doesn't, I think what happens is you get, you think it needs to be a step-by-step or it needs to be a process that you follow or you need to advance in levels depending on the type of person you are. Like I'm an Enneagram type 3, right? Like I'm like, I have to achieve this, then this, then this, then this. But if you just start where you are and you start small and simple, it's a great way to learn that you can express yourself in so many different ways and go in different avenues and there's no right or wrong. Right. And I think that's the most important part of creativity. It's like there's no right or wrong.
I think you're right. So building on that, so obviously, you know, one of the challenges people have before they want to express themselves is first off, it's that judgment thing. Yeah. Like, you know, when you as parents, you know, your kids are like, I don't want to do that because people may laugh at me, or I can't draw because it's ugly, you know, or like on the other side of that, as adults, you know, like if, for example, you know, men and women, veterans, or active in the military, we're tough people, you know, that's a little touchy-feely for me, you know. I'm not going to do that type of stuff for whatever reason. So, you know, what advice do you give somebody who's, you know, maybe a little cautious for like kind of going down this road?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I actually, I didn't mention this in the beginning, but we are a family business. My great-grandfather started the business. My grandfather was the chemist who formulated most of the glues that we have today. He was a vet. He was in the Korean War. But I think creativity was a way for him to channel a lot of the chatter that went up there into like, here's what I'm trying and this failed and I'm trying the next step and I'll try it again. And I think it's things we all have in our lives. It's just how we channel it. So I think the creativity and getting your hands on, it doesn't matter if you are one extreme of a person or another. Yeah. It's like how you channel your inner chatter to make something feel a lot more approachable and calm and zen. I think like for you, surfing is probably like your inner, like I'm going to calm and zen out. For me, it's like working out, running. I think crafting is just another outlet and venue of getting your chatter to calm down. Right.
So obviously you're a senior leader with Beacon as a family business type of stuff. So when you, how does Beacon approach making something to make their customers feel good about themselves? That's kind of, you know, it's like, you know, you used to say that, you know, the old white right stuff, no bucks, no Buck Rogers. If you don't have the tools, it's kind of hard to be creative. So how does that impact, you know, your either company culture, the products you make, or anything along those lines?
Yeah, great question. So it's funny because we have a new product coming out. It's in like an easier squeeze bottle, and the application tip for the specific use of the product will be very helpful to a lot of people. I think we do look at a lot of our products as, is it still on? Okay. So you look down. We do look at a lot of our products per medium. So with glues, there is a lot of like, this is multi-purpose, this is multi-use, but I don't think it helps people understand, especially if you're getting into crafting, what medium it works on best. So we really, I think a core part of our business and our glues, if you go to beaconadhesives.com and take a look, is really like niching down. So we have a very specific glue for felt. We have a very specific glue for wood. We have a very specific glue for plastics or metals or glass. So I think it's really looking at the mediums and giving people the right adhesive for that so they know their project is successful no matter what. And it takes away that fear or hesitancy that like, well, what if I try this and it's not going to work? And especially glue, you want to get it right the first time. So yeah, I think we just try to keep our consumers in mind of what will work and on what product and make it kind of foolproof for them.
Well, that's great because it's also part of what we're talking about is less stress. You're trying to relieve stress, not build stress. So having a tool where there's the process enjoyable and there's not going to be mistakes made or whatever. It's great. That's important. Great.
Yeah, we try.
Is there anything that we haven't, that any other message you want to send out that we haven't talked about?
I don't think so. I think we're just so, as a company to a company, we're so grateful for everything you do and the services you provide, and we're always happy to partner with you and work together. And, you know, for all the vets, we want to thank everyone for their service, and we're so grateful. And also happy to give anybody glue. I think you're linking my our handles. So like follow us, DM us. We're happy. We're always happy to interact with our customers and happy to give away glue if people want it.
That's great. And you know, like we talk about, we're here to talk about creativity heals.
Yeah.
And you know, and for us, you know, it's the good tools that you guys make, which kind of help people be creative, which is awesome. You know.
Yes, yeah, and I think the message from both of us is like if you give it a try, and there's no right or wrong. It's a great process. It's a great way to get everything that's going on out onto a paper, out onto a wooden airplane, whatever you're making. So.
Well, awesome. Well, Lisa, thanks so much for your time.
So much.
Really appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
And thank you for listening. And check us out next time on Creativity Heals.
Thank you.